Hi, so I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about something that I recently heard that I think is very important to some of the things I'm writing about in my book around dark personalities. I think this impacts the workplace. This comes from people who would be in the workplace. And I'm just going to go over this. I think we need to talk about these things. So there was a teenage girl, about junior high-ish, who had been being bullied, like severely bullied. She was bullied not only by the students, but by the teachers who were part of the bullying. It was so bad she decided to, you know, and she was in a coma for a while, brain dead. I mean, it was pretty bad. And while she's in a coma, some of her bullies came and took pictures of her and put it on the internet, her schoolmates, and said not very nice things and started spreading rumors around her. So I'm going to go into one, we never bully people based on their disability, their racial identity, or their sexual identity. We just don't do those kinds of things. Not okay. Second, when someone is bullied to that level based on their identity and they have nowhere to escape, do you know how much psychological harm it does to someone? And this family is going to have problems their daughter now is brain dead. Third, when you have the responsibility of teaching young people how to treat themselves and treat others, and you participate with the bullying, you're encouraging it. And you're raising those people to go into the workplace and be dark personalities and bully other people. I heard a TED Talk years ago where the person had said, you can believe what you want to believe, but when you come to work, you're representing your employer. And if you act a certain way, your employer can be sued. That's where we're going to go down this path. In 2008, $359 billion a year was what cost conflict, what it cost companies in conflict. These are the kinds of conflicts we're talking about. I think a lot more people understand this than we used to have. However, this is still going on. Yeah, I want to share a story. I remember living near a school and walking my dog, and a kid said something racially inappropriate about another kid. And I looked at that kid and I said, "You don't talk like that. That's not okay." And I called the school and I told them. I said, "This needs to be handled. This isn't okay. We have to stand up. You do not participate. You stand up against those things. Now, you also have to make sure you're safe in those situations, but you stand up when it's in the workplace. You stand up when it's in a school situation. Everyone has the right to be here. If you have the right to be here, they have the right to be here. And just because they're different doesn't mean you have the right to judge them based on that difference and tell them they don't have the right to be here. This is what belonging is about. And this is not okay. And we need to talk about these things because oftentimes people can, and it does happen where they get bullied based on having a different identity than other people in the room. I can't tell you how many times I've had to work with people to show them what it's like to work around disabilities because they haven't understood. And they've borderlined on some things. So we have to, and I've tried to be very gracious about that because I understand a lot of people don't have experience with it. They don't know, they don't understand. But this was different. They understood. They knew what they were doing. They were causing her so much harm. Now, what I really want to bring up here is when you do these kinds of behaviors, not only is it harmful, not only does it create problems for people in the long run as they get older because they're learning bullying mentality, they're learning how to be dark personalities, but what it also does, it creates them harder place for them to get jobs, but it also creates lawsuits. This family is currently suing the school. And believe me, they've got evidence. And their daughter will never be the same. And I bring this up because we have to have these conversations because lawsuits can and will happen if these kinds of behaviors continue. And this is also why I believe we need more training around diversity. People don't fully understand, and I still don't get why, what happens in these situations. Why this isn't okay. We need more empathy. We need more understanding. Because when you don't have that empathy, you don't have that understanding, you bully someone, that takes away from their potential. Also takes away from your potential, but it takes away from their potential. And then you're not allowing them to live the fullness of their ability, their destiny. And you don't know what's coming out of that person that is so unique and so amazing. And it takes away from you because you're so focused on negativity that you can't do the creative things that you're called to do or the work you're called to do. This is where belonging really is so important because we all are connected in some way. And that's talking about physics. I've done the research on this. And when we understand that, we can foster an environment where, yeah, maybe we're a little different, but we can foster an environment of respect. Nobody's the same. So how can we foster an environment of respect and honor based on who the people are that we're around? So I really wanted to talk about this because I think this is an important topic. And I think that gives us all the ability to say something when we see something and say this needs to stop. So I wanted to do this quick video on this and talk about this. On that note, I'll talk to you next time. Bye for now.